Good morning. My name is Colin, and I will be your chairperson for today's service. Are there any visitors or new students and families here this morning? First, we'll have sutra chanting. Please join in the reading of Sambujo on page 24 in the Big Book, followed by Junirai on page 26 in the Little Book and page 67 in the Big Book. Now we will have Gatha, Tsuki ga Deta on page 96, followed by the golden chain located on page 2 in the little book and page 15 in the big book under golden chain 1. The golden chain. I am a link in Amita's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I'll keep my link bright and strong. I'll be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I'll think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amita's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu.
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 Now we will have a Dharma lesson by Rinban Sakamoto.
Good morning. Good to see you all this morning, and those of you who are joining us on YouTube, welcome to this morning's service. The golden chain, which we repeat every Dharma school service, is something that should guide us in our actions. It's not something that we should just kind of be repeating and trying to memorize, but really is something that we can use in our everyday life. And in looking at the world around us, how might we apply what we learn in the golden chain? First of all, the golden chain says, I am a link in a golden chain, right? And that this golden chain links everyone, not just those who are in Jodo Shinshu, in our temple, not just those people who are Buddhist, but it's everyone. All beings are a part of this golden chain, and that we should be mindful. Yes. Oh, question? Yes. So the members of the Sangha are certainly a part of the golden chain, but golden chain also goes beyond that. It includes all beings, all living beings. So that when we think of the golden chain as we go about our business of a day, if the person is not a Buddhist, we shouldn't be saying, oh, that person, or thinking that that person is not a part of the golden chain. From our side, we think everybody is a part of the golden chain. So that how we treat one another, it doesn't matter who we are, who we engage in the world around us, that person is also a part of this golden chain and should be, and we should think of that person as being not like some other person, but like ourselves, who has the same kinds of concerns, same kinds of joys, same kinds of sadness that I do. And so when I respond to the people around me, we might not understand some idea that they're trying to share with us. We should take the time to kind of step back maybe and think about what I may be told, I am being told, so that I don't shut them out right away and say, no, that can't be right. Golden chain involves everybody, not just those who we are familiar with, not just those who are like ourselves, not just those who are in our Sangha, but it's everyone, every living thing. And when we think about golden chain, it's how we behave in the world around us. Yeah? Think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, do pure and beautiful deeds as best as we can. We think of the other, how our action affects people around us, the world around us, not just me, but how my actions affect the world around me. So when we go about our daily lives, be aware of the relationship that we share with the world around us. That this golden chain is, again, not just about me, not just about those who are close to me, not just about the people in the Sangha, not just about the people in my community, but how my actions can affect someone across the world. And that we should be aware of our actions and how our actions affect the people in the world around me. Being a link in a golden chain, we are interdependent, right? We are linked together. We are also responsible for our part in that link. That I should try as best as I can to do those things that can help the world around me. Sometimes we become angry, or sometimes we become disappointed, and we might act out in a way that is not so helpful. But then if we can reflect on that and think about that, how our actions are affecting the world around us, then maybe we can, next time, we can do something else, rather than be angry or upset. But rather, maybe next time we can kind of step back and think about my actions, and think about how my action affects the world around me. I am a link in the golden chain. Who I am is reflected in the world around me. We share, just like the Ojuzu, we are links in a golden chain. We are dependent upon one another, and what we do affects the world around us. And again, not just here in the temple, not just the people who are close to us, not just our family members, but we think about the world, that all beings are a part of the golden chain, and how my behavior and my actions affect that world. So when we do golden chain, when we recite the golden chain, these are certainly just kind of words that are written down on paper, but they're also a guide for us, a guide for how we might behave, so that the world around us can be a place in which everyone might be able to feel comfortable and at ease. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you to Rinban Sakamoto. We will now have Gatha, Farewell, on page 45, followed by The Promise, located on page 5 in the little book, and page 15 in the big book.
Dharma school is over for another day. Let us gather round the shrine, bow our heads and say, thank you, teacher, for your help. Thank you, everyone. Buddha's love will keep us safe till our work is done. So we'll meet again next week. Won't you take good care? Let us try to do what's right, always kind and fair. We shall spread the happiness faith in Buddha brings. Now it's time to say goodbye. We meet again. Namu Amida Butsu. Sing this fine refrain. Namu Amida Butsu. Sunny day or rain. Namu Amida Butsu. Strong in faith remain. Namu Amida Butsu. Till we meet again.
The Promise. We thank the Buddha for showing us the way of freedom.
We will endeavor to walk in his noble
path
path
every day of our lives. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida
Namo
Butsu.
Amida Butsu. Namo.
Thank you to Rinban Sakamoto, Reverend Mikame, and Minister's Assistant Ms. Tanabe, and to organist Mr. Yoshihara. Are there any announcements?
Hi, just again, a reminder about our capital campaign that we've started for building our new Dharma Center. And just in case you don't know, we actually have a very generous donor who's come up and has offered to match dollar for dollar any donations given to us for the first $2 million. So we hope you will all step in and take advantage of this opportunity. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sumi Tanabe, representing the San Jose BWA. The Coast District Buddhist Women's League is hosting the 2024 National Federation of Buddhist Women's Association Conference. In order for us to do this, we have to do quite a number of fundraisers. So the first one is coming up Friday, November 18th. Friday, November 18th. And it's one of those Panda Express. Probably all of you are aware of that. You go online and then you apply the code that we have for you so you can pick this up on our website. I think Kevin Kitagawa put it on the Facebook too. So 28% of the sales will be donated to our Federation conference. So we hope you will on Friday, November 18th. You could place your order to any Panda Express. but you have to do it online. Thank you.
Hello, just two announcements. One is for junior choir. We are still recruiting new members. If you're a child or if you would like to sing, don't really care about your talent, we will train. And please join us. So we are probably going to start either next week or the week after. So if you're interested, please send your email information, all that, to Ms. Kawamoto, who's sitting in the back, ds-superintendent@sjbetsuin. The other thing is for today, for my high school class, I need at least 1 or 2 people, adults, to help me out. I need you to be judges for this event. So just make your way to the little chapel on the other side if you're interested. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Krista Mizusaki and I'm from the DSPO. Just want to thank all the parents who've already signed up to help with crosswalk and snack and being the second parent in the classroom. I have an immediate need today, which is if anyone is able to volunteer to sit in the 7th, 8th grade class today, that would be fantastic. And then looking forward, if folks have available time to look ahead and sign up for any of the open slots in either the snack, the crosswalk, but the most important really is the second parent in the class. That would be great. So thank you.
Before everyone leaves the temple, everyone leaves the temple, please straighten all of the books for the next service. Those of you who are interested are welcome to attend the adult English service following this service or to visit the open door cafe outside. For your safety, please obey the crossing guards and look both ways before crossing the street. Thank you for attending today's service.
Back from Nashville. We were there in Nashville just before the big storm hit. We went for the Grand Ole Opry. Put that on your bucket list. If you ever get a chance to go to the Grand Ole Opry, go. You may not be a country music fan, you would love it there. Even if you don't. Good, how are you? Good. When we were kids, we listened to this music. The Ghost Riders. Oh, yeah. Move them out. These guys are Hawaii. Good to see you.
Is that what you got from Hawaii?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
So we've still got a couple of years, but just a couple of projects.
Well, we actually
look at their family again. And they're up in Kyushu. That's where the Yano family's family plot. And she wants to take her mom, but her mom is there. Yeah. So hopefully that'll work out.
Yeah, you can stay there for a while, you can travel around. It's
I want to go to
not rush
Western
from one
Japan.
place to one place.
We go to Western Japan along the coast.
Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful small towns, not crowded.
Yeah.
You can actually get on a train and have a seat and not worry about it. It's a lot slower pace, but it's all fishing. Mostly fishing on it, so.
It's only if we're not watching the four boys.
And we had the fourth one a year and a half ago.
Wow.
Four boys.
Four boys and all.
Active boys. Active.
Anyway, good to see you again.
We're all slowing down. Are you cheering? I'll be cheering. We'll
Good morning, everyone. My name is Paul Endo, and I will be your chairperson for today. Before we begin this morning's service, just a reminder that there is no food or drink in the Hondo. And also, if you could please either put your cell phones on silent or turn them off, that would be most appreciated. Do we have any new visitors or guests in the temple this morning? Oh, well, welcome. Thank you very much for coming. Did you want to introduce yourselves? Or? Welcome, welcome. And?
I'm Lisa Shigenaga. I'm originally from Los Angeles, but I moved here for school.
Well, welcome to the area and welcome to our temple. Thank you very much.
I'm Gregory. I'm from the Orange County Buddhist Church, but also up here for school. So thanks for having me.
You're always welcome. Thank you so much. And for anyone joining us in YouTube land, welcome. And or if you're watching this at a later time, welcome as well. We will begin this morning's service with sutra chanting Sambujo on page 24 in the large book, followed by the Junirai on page 67 in the large book, or page 20 in the smaller book if you'd like to use that one. Would everyone please rise now for the Gatha Seiya on page 226 in the large service book. Please remain standing afterwards for the three treasures on page 8 of the large service book. Thank you.
Please turn to page 8 in the large service book. Join in the reading of the three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not realize the truth in this life, when will it be realized? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. May we absorb ourselves in the principle of your way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves the supreme will. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we be submerged in the depth of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. May we live in harmony in the great assembly as disciples of Buddha and be freed from all hindrances, becoming units in true accord in a life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through myriad of ages of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you. Please be seated.
You know, it's funny, the three treasures, I learned that in Sunday school, and I always say ages of myriads of kalpas, and they changed that to myriads of ages, so I have to reprogram myself. We'll now have a Dharma message by Ms. Sumi Tanabe.
Good morning. Good morning to you who are in the Hondo. I'm going to take this off. And to those of you who are at home. Please join me in Kansho. This is from the Nibbana Sutra. Make yourself the lamp. Make the teachings the lamp. Namo Amidabus. Namo Amidabus. Namo Amidabus. One of the biggest challenges that we are facing today, among many, is climate change. It may be almost too late for those of my generation to do what we should have been doing for a while. We should have been taking better care of our Mother Earth. Last month in the Mercury News, I read where Yvon Chouinard, I don't know if that's his true pronunciation, the founder of Patagonia, an outdoor clothing company, gave away his company. That news was shocking to me because we live here in Silicon Valley, full of millionaires and billionaires. Some millionaires are not content with just having millions. They want more. That reminds me of the three poisons: greed, anger, ignorance, or stupidity. Did you know how many millionaires there are in Silicon Valley? There are 76,000, but that's not surprising since the average householder in this valley have at least $1 million home. So I think that's really underrated. More than 12,000 households have more than 5 million in invisible assets. I read that a venture capitalist named Ron Conway donated $50,000 to support Prop 30. It's a climate change ballot that would raise his taxes. Proceeds from the 1.75% on income more than $2 million would go to a fund for fighting wildfires and help electric vehicles. I thought, that's good. A millionaire thinking about the environment. Now, however, Conway opposes Prop 30 because he thinks we can combat climate change without raising taxes. Recently, 9 billionaires have contributed to fight against Prop 30. Yes, on Prop 30 has paid $47 million, all from the company Lyft. When I think of the three poisons, greed, anger, and stupidity, along comes one millionaire who is very, very different. Patagonia is an outdoor clothing retailer and was founded in 1973. Chouinard was an accomplished rock climber, and so he started out by selling outdoor climbing gear and later on went into clothing. Patagonia has a heavy history of activism. In June 2018, the company donated $10 million it received for President Trump's 2017 tax cuts by giving the money to those organizations dealing with air, land, and water solution to climate change. In 2020, Patagonia suspended advertising on the Facebook as part of Stop Hate for Profit. It believed that Facebook was doing too little to curb hate. Chouinard was not the only one to give away his company. His wife and children agreed with this. He didn't sell or take public his company as other millionaires do, but gave it to a trust and nonprofit organization. The ownership of the company was worth $3 billion. The organization would preserve the company's independence and assure that the profits, at least $100 million a year, would be used to combat climate change and protect underdeveloped land around the world. Shorinar wanted to give the money to people who are actively working to save the planet. Shorinar wears ragged clothes, drives a beat-up Subaru, and does not even own a computer or a cell phone. I think it's so amazing that there is a businessman who thinks of others and of this earth. Here in the Bay Area, we have seen youth strike for climate change. As a high school student, one boy said, it is reaching out to teach others to take better care and be more mindful of what we are doing environmentally each day. These students want to stop coal and other forms of air pollution that affects people's health. They want to work with legislators to create laws to decrease fossil fuel. They are saying enough is enough. But some activists go too far and hurt their cause. In Reverend Rano Nakasone's book, Ethics of Enlightenment, he talks about the relationship between the individual and the environment. He states that we not only exist in the world, but by being involved in the world, we each help to create the world through the manner in which we live and act. Shakyamuni Buddha continued to nourish his humanity until the end of his life through the active interest in the well-being of others. Reverend Nakasone states, we all have a stake in the world and a stake in the continuance of sentient life. The vision of an interdependent universe emanating goodwill is the basis for the Bodhisattva's career and the basis for the ethical imperative of all Buddhists. The Buddhist principle of interdependence means that we are all connected to each other. Reverend Nakasone wrote that in an independent world, what we do touches all beings. We all have a stake in the destiny and are compelled to act in a manner that would benefit all. Reverend Nakasone goes on to mention the work of Rachel Carson, who became concerned about the use of pesticides way back in the 1940s. These pesticides have been developed through military funding of science after World War II. Carson's friend, Olga Hutkins, wrote a letter to the Boston Herald about birds dying on her property after being sprayed with DDT to kill mosquitoes. As Carson continued her research, she found a sizable number of scientists who were documenting the effects of pesticides. In 1962, Rachel Carson wrote about the dangers of pesticides in her book, Silent Spring. She said the use of pesticides was destroying the harmony of nature. She advanced the idea that the interrelationship of all living things could be permanently upset by a few passes of the crop duster. As a child growing up in Fowler, as a farmer's daughter, I recall seeing these crop dusters and seeing my father covered with DDT. Yes, the pesticide increased crop yield, but at what cost? The message in Carson's book made the American public and the world conscious of the interdependence within nature, but also heightened the public awareness of its responsibilities to nature. Another person who warned about climate change is Greta Thunberg. She was born in 2003 in Sweden. Her activities began when she was very young. She persuaded her parents to adopt lifestyle choices that reduce their own carbon footprint. At times, she was ridiculed because she was so young. At age 15, she began to spend every Friday outside the Swedish parliament to call for stronger action on climate change. Other students began to stage protests in their own communities. Greta addressed the United Nations Climate Change conference in 2018. In 2019, she won the Rachel Carson Award and was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize in 2019, 2020, and 2021. She is proof that one person can make a difference. What can we do to help the environment? Most of us have been recycling for many years. Planting trees in our yard can help reduce carbon. It's difficult now with our drought, but we can look for trees that require less water. Every little thing can help. At the grocery store, we can stop using those little plastic bags that we put our fruits and vegetables in. Instead, here's a sample of the kind of bag we can use over and over and over again. And you can wash them. Whenever we go to Chinese, Japanese restaurant, we get chopsticks, disposable chopstick. We don't need to ask for disposable chopstick. This is a little thing from the AARP. I know this will be difficult for men, folks, but for women, we can put this in our purse, and it has a metal spoon, fork, a straw made out of metal, knife, and chopstick, metal chopstick. And they all fit into this little tiny bag. So when you go to a takeout restaurant, you can tell the people, you don't want those plastic straws. You don't want those plastic utensils because you can use your own utensils at home. We can use purses, bags, and clothes made out of plastic. We can use newspaper as gift wrap. The Japanese use cloth as a gift wrap. If we can afford to, we can use and buy electric cars or hybrids. We can limit the use of our cars so we can do more walking. We can reduce our meat consumption and even go further and become vegetarians. A long time ago, as a mother, I watched this commercial on television. Perhaps you did too, if you're as old as I am. There were no words spoken, no words written. It was a picture of an old Native American man looking out at a barren, wasted land with a tear dropping on his face. It left a deep impression that has lasted a long time. Let us do our part in saving this precious earth. Please join me in Gassho. This is from Reverend Nakosone's book and from the Buddha. The true Buddha is not a human body. It is enlightenment. A human body must vanish, but the wisdom of enlightenment will exist forever in the truth of the Dharma and in the practice of the Dharma. Namo Amidabus. Namo Amidabus. Namo Amidabus. Thank you for your kind attention. And now I've got to put everything away. And by the way, this plastic bag that I'm holding, I shop at Safeway. This is a plastic bag that can be reused 125 times. But even better than, it's still plastic, right? Even though you can use 125 times, it's still better to use cloth that you can wash over and over again, right? Thank you for your patience, Paul.
Oh,
I'll be soon
your
out
time.
of here. I just gotta put all my stuff away.
I should have mentioned earlier that Sumi is one of our minister's assistants here at the temple. She's been deeply involved in many of the programs and with the temple. as well as charitable organizations in and around the Bay Area. And thank you so much for that wonderful message, Sumi. I think that, for me at least, I think that the importance of caring needs, as you mentioned, needs to be followed up with the importance of acting. So it is important to care, but it's also important to act. If everyone could please rise now for the Gatha Ondokusan II. This is on page 220, that's 220 in the large book, or page 76 in the smaller book.
Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, Namanda. Thank you. Please be seated.
Are there any announcements? Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Just remind people that, or maybe people don't know, right? We're starting a capital campaign to build a new Dharma center across the street. And we were very fortunate to have a very generous donor family that will offer to match dollar for dollar for the first $2 million that people donate. So please consider that. Also tying into what Sumi was talking about is very interesting, right? So the new building that we're building is going to be basically made out of wood. And obviously wood is a renewable resource. But the other key thing about it is that the wood sequesters the carbon. So if you don't know, a lot of these buildings around here are made out of concrete and steel. Well, the manufacture of concrete and steel releases a ton of carbon, takes a ton of energy to produce this material, whereas wood is wood. And so it's a kind of a new technology where they call it cross-laminated timber. So they take all these wood things and they put them together. And so it's a really huge benefit ecologically, and so we're really happy to undertake that program. So please support us. Thank you.
I'm here representing the steering committee for the 2024 Federation of Buddhist Women's Association Conference. Coast District BWL is hosting this conference. So much expenses have gone up since the last time we hosted. It was in 2012 that we hosted the conference. And so we have to do a lot of fundraising. And the first fundraiser we are embarking on is something that you're probably used to because a lot of the temples do it and a lot of organizations do it. And that is the fundraiser of the Panda Express. So we are targeting Friday, November 18th. This is in our website and on our Facebook. So you can go online and you can place your order at any Panda Express. And then there's a code that we ask you to put down so it knows that it goes to our fundraiser. 28% of the sales will be donated to this conference. So we hope you will help us raise some money. Thank you very much.
I'm Keith Kadokura. Next Saturday, November 5th, Boy Scout Troop 611 will have an e-waste collection event in the Education Building parking lot across the street. There's a list of what is allowed and what is not allowed in the recent Dharma, and also on the bulletin board right in front of the gym. So next Saturday, November 5th, e-waste, it will be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Thank you.
Will the entrance for that e-waste be on 4th Street or through the parking lot? Through the parking lot, so on 5th Street. So at this point, I would like to thank Rinban Sakamoto, Reverend Etsuko Mikame, and our minister's assistant Sumi Tanabe for the wonderful Dharma messages and sutra chanting. I'd also like to thank our organist, Michael Yoshihara, and our technical wizard, Steve Onishi, who's been running the live stream while we've been talking. There again, I'd just like to remind people about the, if you would like to get more information about our Dharma Center, there is a display by the bulletin board that was just mentioned. I believe there's also an open door cafe that's next to it. So if you hurry, they might have some food or coffee there. And with that, I'd like to end this morning's service. Please be welcome to come up and do Oshoko, and please drive safely on your way home. Thank you very much.
Sensei, did I knock you off?
Actually, I needed to, like, I'm trying to, like, how do you call that?
lost your
You looking good.